Tonight, on the premiere episode of Cars Suck, Johnny reviews the 2011 Triumph Thunderbird. We rate some motorcycles on the MI6 scale, and Arnold Schwarzenegger stops by for a chat with Johnny. So now, without any further delay, let's get to Cars Suck. Well, hey everybody, welcome to the new naturalriders.com video we're calling Cars Suck. No longer just a video podcast. It's a real show.
And it's not because we don't like cars. We all own cars.
Yeah, we like cars just fine.
We haul our Harley Davidsons in trucks.
Who's Harley Davidsons in trucks?
Exactly. But when you compare it to, do we like motorcycles, do we like cars? Cars suck.
Cars suck, let's face it. So that's what this show is about, motorcycles. What we got right here.
That one.
And not just these other motorcycles as well. Talk
Be a really
about all
short
kinds
show.
of. Yeah, we're done. We're going. But we've got a, what do you think? These bikes. We've got the Triumph Thunderbird, which I believe you recently got to ride.
I did. I recently got to review and ride a Triumph Thunderbird, a 2011 Triumph Thunderbird, and it was a great bike. I really enjoyed riding it.
Yeah, it was a good looking machine too. This was the one that had like all the touring stuff on it, right?
It did. It had saddlebags, big screen. It was very cool.
Big screen TV.
No, not.
Oh, not competing with the Goldwing.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't clarify. It was
no
a large windscreen.
No coffee maker built into it.
Hey, look, Bugs haven't said.
Oh, that's great. Nighttime shooting outdoors, everybody. That is the way to do it. But I think for a moment, let's take a look at your review of the Triumph Thunderbird.
Excellent.
We'll put it up on the screen here, which doesn't exist.
Hi, Crazy Uncle Johnny here. I want to introduce everyone to the newest model of Triumph Thunderbird that's come out in 2011. This is not your grandfather's Triumph Thunderbird. Let me tell you about the Triumph Thunderbird first. It was introduced in 1949 for the model year 50 and had its first starring role in a movie that we all know and enjoy, The Wild One. Marlon Brando's character, Johnny, rode that bike. Raised a lot of hell on it. That being said, this is not your grandfather's Thunderbird. That bike was famous for 34 horses and being able to reach 100 miles an hour. This bike's got 85 horsepower with 107 foot-pounds of torque. It's very comfortable. It's got a nice wide seat. Floorboards with the rocker shifter. I don't like the rocker shifter so much, but I'm not really a cruiser guy. Liquid cooled. Even though it looks like it's air cooled, we have a parallel twin 1600 cc engine. What that means is we've got two cylinders that have 800 cc apiece. That's like a piston this big. This really is a fantastic machine and it's designed very well. It's got a sexy tank, good looking exhaust. I mean, the primary covers are incredible. Chrome, brushed steel, big fat tire. This thing is really, it gives one a chub if you're really into cruisers. And I'm not even into cruisers and I kind of got one now. Must be the vibration. This thing stops and goes like a champ. And it really does pull like a freight train. This bike is somewhere in the middle of, say, being squeezed out of a tube or shot out of a cannon. In this case, it's kind of like toothpaste being shot out of a cannon. Which isn't bad at all. Trust me, this bike pulls like a freight train. The gearing is smooth. It shifts decisively. I mean, you know that you've shifted, but it's not clunky at all. It's just very definitive and crisp. Personally, I like the shifting when it's like that. A 270-degree crank helps give this bike its cruiser lump to lump. And you can't really hear it because of the design of the exhaust allows for a low boom, so you can really feel it. It doesn't sound like a cruiser because it doesn't until you lug it a little bit, and then it sounds like a cruiser. Then it booms, but no obnoxious loud pipes, save lives, attitude from the exhaust. Your neighbors aren't going to mind when you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to ride this thing to work. Interestingly enough, this is the first belt drive that Hinckley's produced, or the whole badge has set out since the 20s when they were leather belts. Also, you can expect a long belt life with this particular model because of the tungsten carbide rear sprocket. This bike is very stable at high speed. Out on the slab today, while no one was looking, I may have exceeded the speed limit just a tad, just a tad. And no shakiness, no anything. And I'll tell you what, this Triumph windscreen, this factory installed windscreen actually took a lot off my body. I didn't feel like I was going that fast. My biggest complaint with this particular Triumph is the location of the dashboard and the instruments. They're not user-friendly. They're difficult to see, and you have to take your eyes off the road to look at any of the lights, to even see if your indicator's on. So you end up spending a lot of time mashing your indicator button just to make sure that you actually turned it off, because it's so inconvenient to look at the indicator lights to see if it's still on. I know it's sort of a cruiser thing to have your speedometer right there in the tank, and it looks cool, don't get me wrong. There's just got to be a better way that we could take the lights and put them up here and still keep a clean look. But really, that's just aesthetics. The bike overall handles well. When I took it through some twisties earlier today, it felt really good. Fortunately, you can work a little bit with the rear suspension to adjust your preload. It was kind of soft and bouncy on me, but this thing is just rolled off the showroom floor. So if I spent a little time tinkering with the suspension, I could probably stiffen it up just a little bit to where it felt really good. The front suspension uses large 47mm forks, and the rear is a dual shock arrangement with 5 preload adjustments, just in case you've got to take your old lady for a ride. What? Are you guys still hanging around? Look, final thoughts on the Triumph Thunderbird 2011. It's a great bike. It's fun to ride. Yeah, it's a cruiser, and I like it. This is a fun bike to ride. It does everything it's supposed to do, and it does it very well. And it put a smile on my face all morning. I'm gonna go ride it some more. I was supposed to turn it in a little while ago, but I think we may have a few technical difficulties that require my further testing. So I'll see you guys on the road. Have a good one.
Wow! Wasn't that cool?
I can't believe it's not butter.
It wasn't butter. That's my line. I used that before.
Completely
stole
it.
At this point, let's talk about some news.
All right.
I'm going to talk about some news. The Harley-Davidson exhibit that's in Milwaukee right now. A new exhibit is proof the Milwaukee motorcycle maker is much more than just about classic hogs, apparently. An all-leather motorcycle made in Japan. Irony, insert irony here. Rarely seen prototype bikes and a rocket engine powered drone missiles during the Vietnam. Oh, an engine that powered drone missiles. So you really want missiles from the Vietnam War and Harley together? I don't think a lot of people are going to be going to this show.
Nah, people will go. It's got a definite interest factor. I mean, go to Ripley's, you can go to the world's largest ball of twine. I mean, why not go see the weird Harley-Davidson exhibit?
One powered by a Vietnamese
that's the
missile,
only
though.
time I'm ever going to get to see my ex-mother-in-law is at the all-leather motorcycle exhibit.
Honey, that's made of all leather.
Didn't know they'd skinned her alive.
Ooh.
Just a joke, sorry.
Do you think she's watching?
Nah.
Okay.
There's just 2 of them watching.
It's 2 people?
Yeah.
That's all. The ratings are skyrocketing.
Yep. Doubled since yesterday.
Another little bit of news. I'm not, it's not all that great, I suppose, but former Alabama Governor Bob Riley is in a hospital in Alaska after a motorcycle
This is really too
crash.
bad, but he was having a good time.
He was. I mean, I wonder if, Sarah Palin was involved. She rides motorcycles. She's in Alaska. Maybe she was nearby. I think we're going to have her on the show. I understand that she might be appearing on the next episode.
Excellent.
Yes.
She's making a trip to Nashville?
She's going to make a trip to Nashville just to be on our show. So watch out. Already we're plugging the next episode. We're that confident we're going to get picked up.
And we're not even done with this one.
No. We're just getting started. Next thing we've got on the list, the new Ducati 1199.
Cool. It's red.
It's red. Imagine that. It has no frame. Apparently, the steel trellis thing that Ducati's been known for, gone on this bike. They're going to be mounting everything to the engine, which means making a really long swing arm. So I managed to put in mounting and long in the same sentence there.
I wish them luck.
Well, Mark would buy one. It says Ducati on it. He'd buy
Mark's
pretty much
got
anything.
Ducati flip-flops.
He only wears them on this Suzuki,
And he paints
though.
his toenails red.
You know way too much about Mark. It's the red mist he's always talking about then.
That's right.
Sorry, Mark. But the good news, Mark, is that Peg Perego, if I'm saying that right, is making Ducatis now that you could afford. Less than $1,000.
No
You
kidding.
can get one of these Ducatis right here.
Wow.
And they're electric bikes, which means they're good for the environment.
No kidding.
The only problem is they're made for children about yay big. So
get
it
two,
might
Mark.
be a tight squeeze, Mark, but I have faith in you that
One
you could
for
do it.
each ass cheek.
Wow. I can just see it now down the road. Didn't Dodge the Tomahawk? 2 wheels in the front? Same thing?
Yep.
Just electric? Italian design?
No, that was the one with the Viper engine in it.
No, but doing this with the Ducati toys, they'd be electric. So they'd be environmentally friendly, coolness of a Tomahawk, and it looked like a real motorcycle that's just far away.
Sorry.
It's not
It
working.
can't be cool, environmentally friendly, and have the name Tomahawk. I'm sorry. It needs to be like Kitty Winks or
no,
something.
I mean, this, the version that we're talking about with 2 of them together with Mark on the battery-powered ones, I don't know, be the Hatchet or something.
There you go. Okay.
The
Hatchet.
Swiss Army
Machete.
blade, the dull Swiss Army blade that's useless for anything else.
Okay, well, speaking of dull, did you know that Gary Coleman was inducted? Thank you. Hang on, let me have another beer. Gary Coleman was inducted into the Hall of Fame.
You mean the Motorcycle Hall of Fame?
Yeah, that one.
I think he just dropped by, which is kind of a neat trick considering he's dead. But the story is right here that Gary Coleman, the successful sidecar road racer.
Gary Coleman rode
You know what?
sidecars?
I think I may have made a mistake on the notes here. I think that's supposed to be Larry Coleman.
Oh.
Because I saw this picture, but it turns out it's actually Larry Coleman. Sorry, everybody.
Sorry.
Larry Coleman.
False alarm.
Never mind.
Back
That
to sleep.
I thought that was some great news of the weird.
What you talking about, Willis?
I know. News from hell.
Next.
Now I'm going to the next. Now, for the interview part of the show, we've got Norm from Cycle Gear.
Most of you know him.
Yeah, those 2 people that are watching.
Yeah.
Sure, you know Norm. He's always helping us out on NaturalRiders.com, and now he's helping out Cars Suck.
Hello. The crowd goes wild.
Norm,
Thank you so
what
much.
would you say to
Hi.
a beer?
Where have you been all my life?
Awesome.
Nice, thanks. Just remembered that line a while ago. So, hi everybody. Came on to hawk my wares, as it were. I won't make the old joke again. New catalog coming out in a week, so everybody kind of, this will be in your mailbox soon. So I just wanted to bring that by. And I had a couple of things that I wanted to bring by for everybody to take a look at. I was on the site this morning looking around, and there were some issues with the Pilot Road 3 that had been coming up in various web forums. So just kind of wanted to show you the tire real quick. and show you what was going on with it a little bit. Nice tire. It's got the 2CT technology that Michelin's always known for. They've done a great job with it. This is a tire that definitely will whisk water away. The treads actually close up a little bit on here as you're rolling over it. It's going to get the water out of there. It's also going to give you a little bit more traction as well. So good tire, well-made tire. I know there were some problems with something that was shown on a forum somewhere, and I just kind of wanted to bring this by and let you know it has been released. It is a really good tire, and I think the guys might want to consider it for sport touring applications.
Excellent. Just as soon as we can find a company willing to give us 2 sets of those tires, we'll be more than happy to try them out and do a review.
I'm going to help you look for that company as well. So
Thanks,
we'll
Norm.
see what we can come up with. So I'm certain that there is a company around. I brought other things as well. I wanted to kind of take care of the off-road folks as well. And we've got something hanging on. We've got the Bell Moto 9 helmet, and the Bell Moto 9 helmet has been out for several months now. It's something that Cycle Gear carries on a regular basis. Real quick, it's got a couple of really cool little things about it. It's got eject technology, so you guys can make any joke you want with that. That's fine.
Premature ejection?
That's something like that.
Careful.
The cool thing about it is the eject technology. Shock Doctor makes something that'll actually go up in the very top of the helmet, and emergency personnel can actually take that, inflate that, and the helmet actually comes off of your head so that they can stabilize your head and neck area in case of an injury. So.
But we don't crash.
Very good stuff. Nobody here crashes, we know that. So great looking helmet, really well designed. No external pieces off of here to break off on tree limbs and things like that, so good stuff. Nice that the liners actually comes out. It's got some magnets on it, so and it goes back in really well also. So that is the Bell Moto 9 helmet. So more things in the bag. It's summertime, so Built Racing has got a really nice mesh jacket here. Okay, this is the sport mesh jacket. This will be on sale coming up in the new catalog, shameless plug, and that'll be coming out in about a week or so. Pure mesh jacket all the way. You've got some nice armor in the elbows, and you've got armor in the shoulders as well. Built Racing is exclusive to Cycle Gear, and this is something that you'll find in multiple colors in the store. There's red, there's solid black, and there's also a gunmetal as well.
And it's really affordable equipment too. I mean, you can still be safe at a relatively low price.
They're awesome jackets. That jacket's going to be going for $89.99 when it's on sale.
That's a great price.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about spending a couple $100s on a jacket. You can do it for $90.
Sure.
So it's good stuff.
That's awesome.
So, ladies, don't feel left out because we do have some ladies stuff here as well. I brought the a Calypso glove in for the ladies, and the ladies can get this glove for only $19.99. It's great. It's got just a little bit of protection right here on the knuckles. Also a nice flow-through mesh on there, leather palm on there, and again $19.99. So that's what we got going on for the ladies mesh glove.
Are the fingertips extended for nails?
The fingertips are not extended for nails. However, we have a pair of scissors at the store that you could extend those with, so that would be okay.
That would be a convertible glove.
Yeah, I suppose it would be, absolutely. So a convertible glove, I like. So
I like it, yeah.
I really have nothing more to say. Actually, I have a lot to say, as people in the store will tell you that on a regular basis I just chat too much. But I'm done. You got anything for me?
Well, I just wanted to thank you for coming back on the show again.
Quite welcome.
We loved having you last time, and we love having you this time.
Thank you so much.
So can't wait to have you on here again.
And it'll be great to be on here again. We're doing this again next week, is that right? So.
Yeah, you might want to talk to Brandon about that. He does all the editing.
My contract says next week, and I'm getting paid on a weekly basis.
Red M&Ms?
Yes, that would be it.
Okay.
No brown.
We'll take care of it.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you, Norm.
Thank you. Here I go.
Earlier today, I had the opportunity to interview the 2010 AMA Motorcyclist of the Year. Hello, Nashville riders. And let me introduce to you the 2010 AMA Motorcyclist of the Year, the Governor himself, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Well, hello, Arnold. Would you like a beer or something?
No thanks, crazy Uncle Johnny. I don't drink beer. I only drink Funky Cold Medina.
Funky Cold Medina? Okay. Well, how was Father's Day?
Oh, Father's Day was great. I got a mail bag full of cards this year now that everything's out in the open. I got a pile of ties as high as my testicles.
Okay. Do you have maybe some extra ties for me?
Oh, I've got plenty of extra ties if you want some. I might even have one that says Cars Suck on it.
Okay. Clip-ons? Because I can't tie a tie.
No,
very well.
I don't use clip-ons. I only use handlebars.
Oh, well, that brings me to my next question. What kind of bike do you ride?
Oh, I ride a chopper.
Oh, okay. A chopper?
A chopper.
Okay.
What's wrong with you? Can't hear? I said a chopper.
Okay.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah, okay. Well, who do you take for a ride on your chopper?
Oh, sometimes I take the housekeeper for a ride on the chopper.
Really? Why would you take the housekeeper for a ride on your chopper?
Well, she's got this great Hoover maneuver. Oh. You'd like it a lot.
That makes lots of sense. Okay. Well, you know, I got to ask you this question, Arnold. Me and all the national riders want to know, how would you react to someone that tells you that you're voting into law the California bill that negatively impacts motorcyclists all over the United States?
Well, let me stop you right there, crazy Uncle Johnny. I think everyone needs to stop being a little girly man about this. Loud pipes do not save lives. I save lives.
Okay. Well, you're looking a little rough there, Arnold. Do you need to go take care of anything?
Oh, I'm not feeling very good right now. I might have to go use your can. I'll be back.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us, and come back and visit us really soon.
I'll be back on the chopper.
How about that?
Wow, God, that is some hard-hitting interviewing right there.
Yeah, that's what every inquiring mind wants to know about.
And that was great that we were able to get him to come all the way out here from California.
Wasn't easy.
In the middle of all the controversy that's going on right now.
He was probably riding his chopper.
Chopper. Wait, I sound a lot like that for some reason. But, moving on to some real-world news.
Real-world news, yeah.
Johnny and I were in Barber in Birmingham, Alabama for the AMA Superbike Classic races. Mm-hmm. And if you've been to the nationalriders.com website, you've probably gotten to see that, you know, we got some pictures, and this one got some great interviews while we were there. You could show a couple of clips right here of some of the interviews.
Want to?
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of clips.
So, good story. You got one?
I'm trying to think of one. You know, you put me on the spot.
I'm sorry.
Yesterday we had a good story. We were sitting around here, and it was, you know, decent weather, and they said, oh, a big storm's coming, and about 2 seconds later, this whole canopy was about 4 feet in the air, so we had a 70-foot kite. I'm holding on to it. The guys were all up at the wall trying to hold that down. I'm trying to hold this canopy down.
Yeah. So basically what you're saying is the Suzuki was your starter bike, and then you moved on to the Kawasaki.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that.
It's working great.
That's good, because there's a friend of mine named Mark that is not a big fan of Kawasaki, so I'll make sure that he sees this. Real quick, what do you think has led to your success on the track and your popularity off the track?
I don't know. I think I've been lucky. The motorcycle's been kind of a gift as a little kid. It's always come easy, and I think I used to take it for granted. It's kind of a free way to make money and travel the world.
You want to see the rest of those, go to the nationalriders.com website. You can go to the video section, or you can just go to Crazy Uncle Johnny under features. There's an article there that's got all the pictures and video. Crazy Uncle Johnny. Are you doing the sign?
No,
not
not me. I was just sitting here.
This is closed captioned, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
I'm just minding my own business. Just
okay. But, you know, really the whole Barber experience was pretty cool. The staff there took great care of us. They were like, you know, offering up food and drinks the whole time, and we're like, are we allowed to take this? Is this how much does this cost? I think you actually
I asked that several times. It's in two. But yeah, both times I was just really amazed at how well they took care of their media staff, and just the overall hospitality of the people that take care of the media staff at the races.
Well, should we tell them about the new feature for the show?
I think we should.
You know, there's a lot of controversy on our forums.
Not so much controversy, just contention about what bikes are cool and what bikes aren't on the forums.
You know, what is the coolest bike, really? There's so many different ways to quantify that. But Johnny and I have worked really hard on this, and we feel that we have come up with a way to quantify which the coolest bikes are in a way that's different from where you may have seen on other
Television
motor
shows.
enthusiast programs. So, should we go have a look?
We should.
All right. So here we are, the 007 Wall of Coolness. Very exciting.
Yes.
We've got
And-
different actors who've played the 007 character in the past, starting with Sean Connery, Pierce Brosnan.
Not really. I beg to differ. It starts with Roger Moore and ends with Sean Connery.
Okay. See, and the idea here is that you can draw your own conclusions as to which is really the best and which isn't.
But I think we know which one is the best.
Yeah, I mean, you know, who's to say exactly? I mean, it's totally subjective, but
Very.
very
Very.
subjective.
Take it as you will.
So that way, you can't really argue with this because your opinions may vary.
And you don't have your own podcast. You should
That's
try
right.
that. Webcast, what are we calling it? Yeah,
This is
webcast.
a show, man.
The show. You
We're
don't have your
going
own
to the
show.
show.
Get your own show. Do your own wall of cool.
There you go.
Try Disney.
So we've got a bunch of bikes here
We do.
with little sticky bits on the back so we can stick them on the wall.
very first one, just to get this out of the way, is the
What do you got?
ZRX 1200.
ZRX 1200. Let's see. There's a picture of it right there. Actually, this is a ZRX 1100. It's 100 less,
Thanks a lot.
but it's the same bike you have.
I
So
was trying to go with 1200.
yeah, but if they look close enough, if our cameraman can see it, it's an 1100. There, I'm sure that worked out perfectly. So, what do we think? ZRX 1100.
I think it's as cool as Sean Connery.
Think it's as cool as Sean Connery? I mean, you don't think? I mean, it's a pretty bike. It could be Roger Moore.
He's pretty, but not functional.
So this is more functional. It's a little old school
Very old school.
design.
Kind of muscular. And somewhere in the past, it won a bodybuilding championship.
We don't have Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No,
yet.
that's Sean Connery.
Okay.
Trust me.
Well,
Saw
then
it on
we'll
the
go with
internet.
Sean Connery for the Z-Rex.
Yes.
There we go. Our first bike on the 007 wall.
Yeah, but the next bike has drawn a lot of
a
controversy.
lot of controversy.
This is the much vaunted Yamaha Super.
That's a Tenere,
I don't know. I just
Tenere,
Tenere, Canary.
Fayray.
It's actually a very cool looking bike. I think
Ah, see, that's the contention right there.
that's the contention.
Is it a cool looking bike?
I think it is.
Is it very functional?
Very.
It's competing with BMWs, so it's in their realm.
And it kind of looks like a BMW, but it doesn't have the rather large beak over the front wheel like the BMW does.
Yeah. Well, if you don't have a large beak, I guess you're nowhere.
Yeah.
So, where do we think this falls in our wall of coolness?
I would put that in the very functional Pierce Brosnan.
He was
did,
functional.
He did do Mrs. Doubtfire. I mean, he did do Mrs. Doubtfire, but he acted.
That's a lot of hair.
Yeah. He acted in Mrs. Doubtfire.
He wasn't Mrs. Doubtfire.
No. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That and 007. I mean, that's pretty functional. That's off-road and on.
Pierce Brosnan for the Tenere.
Yes.
Tenere.
The next
Oh,
bike.
the next one looks like it's
On our
close
list.
to your heart.
It is very close to my heart. But I will respect your opinion, sort of. It is the much vaunted Honda Spree.
The Honda Spree. 50 cc's
Of coolness.
of coolness. It doesn't get much. You don't need a helmet. You don't need a license. You don't even need much sense.
Yeah. It doesn't
to
even
have a
matter if
Honda
you've got
Spree.
a DUI. You can drive this thing anywhere.
Now, it does have a weight limit, I'm afraid.
Really?
And I think I exceeded it when I sat on it. It's like 150 pounds.
Must be why my daughter rides one.
Yes, she weighs about 50 pounds, so you could put 3 of her on there.
Yes, we
So the
could.
Honda Spree, wall of coolness. What do you think? Where should it go? Where along the way?
I would, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to beat up on the Spree, but it is a scooter.
You know what? I think the Spree got kind of a bad rap. You know,
Really?
because it's got a small engine.
I didn't know that it got a bad rap.
I don't know. I mean, you look at it and you go, oh, people have, oh, you got a little 50cc scooter, but it's actually very functional and works well.
Okay. So where do you think?
I think it should go under Timothy Dalton.
Okay. Let's do that.
Timothy Dalton,
Next,
the Spree.
next on the list is a bike I just did a review of.
Ah, the Thunderbird.
The
from
Triumph T-Bird.
So you're pretty much going to have to judge this one. You've ridden it. I've just looked at it. So what do you think? Where does
It's
it
very
belong?
functional, very cool. very easy.
Let's see. You say it's easy.
It is easy. Which one of our players is easy?
Is it smooth?
It is smooth.
And it's, you know, looks like it's well educated.
It does look well educated.
You think it should go under Sean
I
Connery?
think we should put that under Sean
I think
Connery.
it should too. There
Love
it
it.
goes. It's British. How could it not go under Sean Connery?
We're going to have to come up with some horrible bikes soon because
Running
Sean
out of room.
Connery's running out of room.
I'm going to need a bigger wall. Smaller
Let's
pictures.
see. Oh,
Oh, these are crappy.
this is a great bike. I'd like for you to introduce this one.
Something close to my heart, the SV650. In red, the fastest color.
Yeah. Looks like it's
red,
going
so-
fast and still.
Yeah, on someone's gravel driveway. This isn't actually my bike, but it is one just like it. Sort of Full Metal Jacket like. And it is cool. I think it's very cool. It's not the fastest bike around, but it does what it does very well. I'm thinking Pierce Brosnan for that.
Okay.
It
I'll take
does a
that.
good job.
Yeah.
It's not the best, but people love it.
I love it. I think it's a great bike.
There it goes.
Pierce Brosnan would be proud to have that motorcycle under him.
I'm just going to rename mine Remington Steel.
There you go. I like it. Hey, the new Strom.
Oh, yes.
Another Suzuki for Brandon.
Another Suzuki. Same engine as mine, almost. A little different. You know what, though? You look at it and you just wonder what the hell happened. I mean, now, the previous Strom went sort of in the range of,
It was,
you hate it or you could deal with it.
yeah.
I think it's moved up a little bit. I think it's now in the, it's not that bad category. And not that bad makes me think
Timothy Dalton.
Timothy Dalton.
Yeah. Yeah. And,
What else we got?
Oh, well. Okay. VMAX. This is a picture of the new one. Looks relatively close to what the old ones. I skipped the formalities.
You're just gonna oh,
Bam.
okay.
Done. We all know where the VMAX goes.
Oh, let me have it.
I don't want to address this one.
I know, because I've actually
I feel dirty.
sat on one of these. This is the DN01 from Honda. I'm sure it's a 2009 because that's the only year, or 1 year only, that they brought them here, and they still have plenty of them sitting around 2 years later. It's sort of like an overgrown scooter. It's very futuristic looking, and actually in person it's even better looking than this, which probably isn't hard to be in the picture, but it actually is a very sharp looking bike. Problem is, has no guts. It's an automatic transmission, really has like a parking brake, and you put it into drive to go forward with it, but it's just the
It's a
engine.
Honda Civic with 2 wheels, right?
Yeah, Civic with 2 wheels. It's got a 650 V-twin engine, and I'm familiar with these. And it's even 20 horsepower down from mine in a bike that weighs 500,
Million
600, I don't know, 2 million pounds to drag this around. So on looks, it looks good. It's pretty to look at, but not very useful. So I think that says it all right there.
Would you like
And-
some hand sanitizer?
Yeah, really. I mean, I may have gotten a little DN01 on me.
Yeah.
And I guess on that note, that
We need
wraps
to-
up the show.
Yeah, we're out of beer.
We're out of beer. We're going to have to get some more before
Yeah.
we do any more filming. So, everyone watching Cars Suck, thank you for taking the time, wasting at least 30 or so
Yeah.
minutes of your time watching us do this. But we had a great time, and we'll see you again soon.